world brings new challenges, but AARP only sees possibilities. We're tackling the concerns of our communities and supporting the kind of change that can benefit all of us. Take on today with AARP. Learn how at aarp.org/SD.
Governor Kristi Noem calls on one of Sioux Falls' largest employers to shut down for 2 weeks because of COVID-19. But will the request carry any weight with Smithfield Foods? Sioux Falls city officials are waiting for the answer. Plus, playing through the pandemic. Meet a Sioux Falls trumpet player who won't let COVID-19 or today's snow keep her from performing outside of her home. Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Easter Sunday. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the latest on our snowy Easter forecast. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry. It has certainly been quite the snowy start to the day today, especially in the southeastern parts of KELOLAND. But we do have improvement on the way, just not in the immediate short term. We start things off in Sioux Falls with a view of Great Bear, where it looks more like winter and people should be skiing with this kind of weather. A 28 with a north wind at 24 miles per hour, but that snow along with the wind is creating for hazardous conditions, not to mention poor visibility at times. 28 in Sioux Falls, 29 as you head a little bit further to the west toward Mitchell. Chamberlain at 28, Aberdeen 31, 28 for Pierre, 21 in Rapid City, with teens in Buffalo and Custer. But that's just the air temperature. Then you have to factor in that wind, which is really making its presence known out there. So it feels like we're actually in the teens this morning. Satellite and radar showing a few more bands of snowfall this morning moving through southeastern parts of KELOLAND, but not at a very fast rate. So that snow is going to hang in there through the morning and into the early part of the afternoon before we finally get some improvement on the way. We'll talk about that improvement and the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem and Sioux Falls Mayor Paul Tenhaken are asking Smithfield Foods to suspend operations for 2 weeks because of the more than 200 positive cases of COVID-19 linked to the packing plant. Noem and Tenhaken sent a joint letter to Smithfield's CEO calling for the closure in order to isolate workers from each other for at least 14 days.
This isolation period is consistent with what we understand to be the incubation period of COVID-19, based on the science behind the virus, and it's based on the date of this letter as well.
The letter also asks Smithfield to continue providing full pay and benefits to employees during the closure. We are still waiting on word from Smithfield about whether or not the company will comply with the request. Right now, the Sioux Falls plant is in the midst of a 3-day shutdown while crews clean the facility. Last week, the CEO said the federal government has been clear about the essential role that the plant plays in the nation's food supply and that they can't completely shut down their operations. Tenhaken said on Saturday he reached out for clarification about that.
I did make a couple calls to several folks at the federal level this morning to better understand that. The USDA cannot mandate that anyone stays open, a plant like this.
Tenhaken says even if Smithfield complies with the recommendation, some workers would still have to report to the plant because of the complexity of the operation. Social distancing will prevent a Sioux Falls musician from her regular Easter Sunday gig. Pam Sonicson has played trumpet at every Easter service at First Lutheran Church since the early 1970s. She was set to play her 62nd Easter service in a row today when COVID-19 interrupted her remarkable run.
I was never looking at having so many years that I would do it, but every year it was an opportunity that I had. And I think many musicians throughout the world feel that way. And music on Easter is just glorious.
Well, she won't be playing in church today. Sonicson plans an Easter performance in front of her house, even if she has to play through the wintry elements. Well, as people from all different professions transition to working at home, KELOLAND teachers are having to find ways to keep students engaged and excited about their education. From scavenger hunts to Zoom meetups, 3 Mitchell teachers are doing what they can to bring a sense of normalcy to their students in this new era of learning. You can meet them and see how a day in the life of a teacher has changed dramatically with online lesson planning in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND at 10. Adam?
We're going to stay pretty chilly, if not outright cold, through the day today. Again, temperatures starting off in the 20s and low 30s, and that's even kind of generous out there. But then you have to factor in the wind, and it makes it feel like this morning we're in the teens or single digits. The latter from Buffalo to Rapid City into Custer, 7, 5, and 2. The wind chills respectively. Meanwhile, 19 Aberdeen, 16 the wind chill in Chamberlain. It feels like it's 14 in Sioux Falls this morning as we continue to watch this snow slowly move off to the north and east over the course of the rest of your morning and into the afternoon. Winter storm warnings remain in effect for counties shaded in red along the South Dakota-Nebraska border, with winter weather advisories from Huron to Mitchell, Madison into Sioux Falls again through the afternoon and evening as this snow very slowly gets on out. If you'll still see a few more inches of snow over the course of the morning and afternoon, 3 to 6 inches the ballpark for much of the advisory area from Huron to Sioux Falls. Could see localized heavier amounts the further south you go, again toward that South Dakota-Nebraska border. But then as we go into Sunday night and Monday, much of the area on either side of the river is actually pretty nice. And then we have a few more snow showers that will try and crash the party as we head into Monday afternoon and evening, with little, if any, accumulation expected from those particular snow showers. Temperatures today running in the low to mid 30s, and that's on the high end of the scale, upper 20s toward Rapid City. Aberdeen, though, really getting out of this, the best of the 4 cities there. Partly cloudy, still breezy though by day, and by night overnight low temperatures in the teens and low 20s. And while Monday features a few more snow showers, we're dry and progressively warmer Tuesday going into the weekend.
Well, thank you for joining us for KELOLAND on the Go. You can get up-to-the-minute developments right here on KELOLAND.com. Have a great day.